Hello, beautiful soul family. Welcome to this reading. I'm going to be pulling some cards and really putting it all together. So this is a general reading for the collective, bringing those subconscious, unconscious thoughts to your awareness, to your acknowledgement. Let's be present and see what the universe is wanting to tell you. Messages for the collective, whoever has landed on this video. You were meant to receive these messages for your highest good. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. All right, so I feel like there's been some healing. There has been some rearranging, I feel like there has been a new way to plan, feels like this is Mercury energy. All right, so with Virgo, this is constructing a plan. This is using those tools, those resources. And I feel like you are being renewed. I feel like it is coming to something with your health, something with, I feel like your daily routine. There has been a lot of expansion, a lot of flushing out what was really diluting the solution. And I feel like it's been a heaviness where growth was necessary. And I feel like things have accumulated to the point where you have redirected your thoughts. There has been possibly reaching out to different alternative medicine, alternative meditation. I feel like this is like your spiritual practices, your health, the things that really bring you growth are really they're being evaluated, I feel like right now, and what is not needed, what is almost bringing you back to where you started, where I feel like this is your mind looking at the micro of things and almost getting like, I feel like you're trying out different aspects about certain tools that you've picked up on the way. And when used appropriately, I feel like it really does evolve your sense of who you are, almost bringing you to a place of a deeper connection. There's been transformation with the Scorpio. And I feel like this is a new transformation after a time of looking at values, looking at, it could be money, it could be assets. And I feel like what was causing more stress, causing more weight, like weighing you down. And I feel like this is wanting you, the Virgo is a mutable sign. So I feel like this taking those those bricks of added up stress, those files that haven't been organized. And I feel like this is almost like taking things to the paper shredder and taking out all that excess of everything, you know, that declutter. And I feel like it is towards a transformation that is going to deepen your path, deepen your outlook. The road to success isn't far, but it's to shed the old and take with you the new, right? Not dilute yourself, but look at this, personal issues. Yeah, it's all about bringing back to yourself what heals you, what calms you, and what brings you peace, happiness, and joy in your surroundings. Because as a personal issue reaches a resolution, I feel like there has been something in your space that need to be transformed, need to be seen, and revealed a deeper impact. So the new moon in Leo, it's all about accessing this key to those times where it feels like you have failed, or maybe you feel like you're not able to express yourself. And I feel like this is almost like holding back your happiness, holding back your own ability to feel like this is almost like it has brought out a side that you needed to see a value within who you are, without that needing to always go for success or always look for the next door to success. And I feel like confidence doesn't lie within accomplishments, but the confidence is actually, this is actually where those times where strength and courage was needed, it broke down those barriers of what in yourself have you been maybe almost not putting as much emphasis, needing to put more care and time healing into really what brings you that peace, what brings you not holding on to the illusion, right, of feeling like you're on top of the world and always wanting to be at your best. Confidence comes from many different ways. It's not always you're always up for a challenge, but sometimes backing down is actually harder than always saying yes and always being there and always being that person that everyone expects you to be, being bold. And that to you is your success. That's how you envision success. But there is this expression of a deeper place of expectations versus valuations, you know, or expecting something and then not receiving it. It's almost something that maybe part of being a Virgo, the energy of Virgo, is a perfectionist, wanting to do things yourself a certain way, a certain order, where it's okay to be out of order, it's okay to be out of chaos, it's okay to let people down and even yourself, and the forgiveness is very important. And I feel like not being harsh on yourself and not overly stimulating the negative talk about yourself. That the good is the success, the key to success is seeing the good, seeing the positive, strategizing for a collective strength, unity. And when things don't work out the way you want them to, that is part of, I feel like, this line, that sometimes humbling and putting your pride aside and seeing that things didn't work out exactly the way you wanted to, feel like there has been this deep wounds holding you in a place of unrecognizable, needing to transmute those fears of not being a perfectionist, or not having everything perfect all the time, and letting things work out the way they need to. There's a value in that. There's success in letting go of that control, the power, your inner power, that inner good, the power that conquers fear. It's like your work, the work that you have put in to work through the chaos, work through the storms, and be always successful in a certain way. It doesn't always show up like that. Sometimes we need to get pinched, we need to get bitten, stung, so that there's something that needs to be seen, there needs to be revealed. Something that is powerful yet has a big bite. The fear of transformation, the fear of even recognizing the beauty in destruction, in disasters. Is in those disasters, those are the times to realize there's something to be shed, something to be healed, and there's something beautiful that is bringing in this closer aspect where you feel not responsible for having everything the way you want it, but I feel like seeing the beauty in the chaos and the storms, because it is washing away that old residue, bringing something positive out of a messy situation, something that feels like you have to go back to the drawing board and rewrite, redraw, and almost like reformulate. Maybe a calculation. And I also feel like with a Scorpio, not all can be as easy as writing a formula and solving it. There needs to be those disasters to form almost something that comes from rearranging, getting messy like playful, fun, not having to have everything always perfect. Working through that energy, the fear of things not being perfect, and what will happen then? Well, things may fall apart, like the tower, right? But then it's this is all about the home base. This is about things that are very close to you, things you hold personal, your loved ones, family, home. So something that was something in your personal space, from letting go of the need to have control and needing the power, not letting go of of holding on to the power so much and control of the outcome, that the universe doesn't want perfect. It doesn't want things to align exactly the way you want them to. There has to be accidental shifts where things all come together. Almost like pinching you out of your dream, pinching you out of the state of fear that things will just fall apart, because the resolution that this reaches is to gain understanding that not everything ends up the way we want it to, and it actually ends up better. And that is how we are able to grow on the personal level. Because growth, the most important parts of our lives are those seeds that we plant in the darkest times. And no matter how hard the environment, it's the way that the seed is tended to. It's all about patience, water, caring, nurturing, and you are tougher than you think. Things don't have to always be a certain way. They don't always have to line up. Because then things would never change. Things would never grow. We would always be doing the same things. So I feel like something really came in with this Scorpio, and it brought in energy so that something that was not working for your best interest and working to the benefit. This is all about building love, growing love, starting with yourself. It's working with your mind, but also I feel like utilizing ideas, other people's ideas. You're branching off, researching, and almost like I feel like is some kind of healing work that you may be doing. It could be Reiki, it could be meditation, that I feel like it's breath work even, and I feel like it's really coming back to the present, the gift, who you are, and getting you out of your brain scrambled, running around, always having a list, always having tasks, where it's kind of like this energy kind of knocked you off your feet and made you drop everything, made you everything they've been working on kind of got ruined. But it wasn't meant to be designed on paper. It was meant to use your deep emotions, the healing, the deep cellular healing, and branching off, looking at different ways to grow in the uncomfortable. Because in an uncomfortable place, in this fixed energy with Scorpio, the mutable Virgo, can really design design something that is not based on patterns, not based on what makes sense, but this is based, I feel like, on your own needs, your own stepping outside of those patterns, wanting everything to be perfect and it never to be enough. And I feel like that's the other, it never enough, just like money and material, right? It's never enough. So there's something to branch off and to create a resolution, a solution, but that'll break down every aspect of what we thought we knew, who we are, what we're doing here, and what is the purpose. And I feel like that's this complete transformation, fearing the unknown, but through enough of these challenges, life lessons, I feel like you have learned the value of genuinely caring for each other, genuinely looking out for the people that we care about, and appreciating those who are by our side. Always not always looking for the next challenge, but or the next the next gain, the next, I feel like, road to success. I feel like that success isn't about getting to the top. Sometimes it's about getting to the top, realizing that's not where the purpose lies, and needing to come all the way back down. And that is almost like that deep feeling of regret, rejection, feels like a loss, feels like, oh, I'll never do anything good. But I feel like that is exactly what the universe wants to tell you is healing. Mistakes are okay. Mistakes are redirections. You're right on route. You're discovering things about yourself. The chaos is creating creativity, and you're colliding with almost like you're colliding with past aspects of yourself and of others. And I feel like you're really embracing what is important, what makes you feel at home. And those are the values I feel like you've discovered are most important, are nurturing each other, ourselves, with no expectations. And seeing your own value. All right, let's pull some cards. Hope you're all amazing. Again, we have the Virgo, Scorpio, and Cancer energy. So it's beautiful. It's like reshaping the world and how I feel like you view yourself and how you view what is important, right? It's not about everything being perfect and everything being done on time. And I feel like there's this fear of what happens if I let things let somebody else do it. Let's not plan exactly what is necessary, like not planning every step, right? And I feel like you're going to discover beautiful energy. It's almost like waking you up, being stung and woken up to experience that everything around you is so beautiful, but you may be missing out on it. So with Queen of Pentacles, all about growth. This is all about showing light, showing up, nurturing, caring, harmony, the beauty in all. She sees the beauty in all. This is unlimited resources, unlimited, it's like you're unlimited to how far you can go. It's all about the perception. It's all about what is success, what is abundance, and what is your opportunities that you're putting your energy, you're planting your seeds. It's all about growing wisdom too, right? The wisdom along the way. Six of Wands, showing up, the spotlight. It's you truly have come a long way through the cycles, through growth, love, and really I feel like just that deeper connection to Earth and Mother Nature. Nothing is left out, right? It's all part of the equation, the good and the bad, and that's the success. Really understanding the reward when you look at things from a different viewpoint. It's not about always being right. It's about showing up in different ways, showing up and celebrating the wins, the losses, when you get through the fears. I feel like you've been stung with almost like being pinched to be awoken, and really appreciating life. The rewards are how you look at the bigger picture, from how you nurture, how you speak to yourself, and how you truly feeling like loving yourself and loving others. I feel like it's such a beautiful place to be when you can appreciate everything, right? You can appreciate things about yourself. You can celebrate your own wins and others, right? It's a two-way street. And the Sun, I feel like this is getting back to what makes you happy. You're being energized by life, by getting excited, what makes you happy, being youthful, going out dancing in the sun. The sun is like a life force. It is what's shining down on you, reminding you that you are a part of this beautiful time when it's all about dancing in the rain, seeing the good when it feels like it's a bad situation, and identifying life struggles not with who you actually are and something that you've done wrong. Can't always solve every equation, fix everything, all right? But the key is to look at life like there is so much more to discover. Not to focus on life's letdowns, but to look at it as places for transformation, and that the universe has your back. You have a strong spiritual energy around you. I feel like you are very protected right now as you are glowing. You're having your glow up, and others around you, I feel like, are feeling this as well. So celebrate, and don't apologize for being yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. And know that the right people will see you for who you are. Full of life, full of love. And this full cup is all about your own self-growth, your own self, how you feel about yourself, how you value yourself, not letting anything less. And that represents to others how to show up. So it's like you're showing up for yourself is literally showing others. It's like you're teaching others. And it all comes back. It all comes back to the collective, the consciousness, the awakening, that how beautiful the light, how beautiful the warmth, how life is not all about figuring out and solving problems. It's about learning how to dance in the rain, love through the pain, and be yourself. Be yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you feel, what you see, what you've taught yourself, what you have come to realize is change happens within, happiness is within, and you have the codes of the universe. It's all about taking steps. Taking steps to be the change. To smile, to laugh, to be kind, to be graceful. And when success is truly success, is when we can all dance in the rain, celebrate all of our gains, and bring peace where there's no need to argue. We're all in the same planet, full of life to discover. So don't be stuck. Don't be stuck thinking that this is all life has to offer, because you're truly just starting to discover how far your belief stretches, your spiritual journey, your connection. The connection, it has never faded. It will always be there. Times of trouble, times of excuse me. This belief system will always be there for you, the good and the bad. It will never leave your side, just waiting for you to be ready. Live in harmony, free. Universal rules. It's like you've reached a level where everything connects and everything makes sense. And I feel like that is where you need to work through your fear, because it was holding you back, holding you down. And once you look up, you'll discover that there is a whole other place, a realm of self-discovery, where this is all about living life, living your life, not letting life live you. All right? Exceed the expectations. Have your own beliefs, your own thoughts, your own things that I feel like that connect you to beyond. So you're working through, I feel like, those times that felt you needed a solution, you needed a whiteboard, and everything had an answer. But really, the answers all come at the right time or the wrong time. They come, sometimes feels like the wrong time, but it's actually the right time. And it's all about a bigger plan, bigger picture, working together, unwinding those knots, and fabricating a creative place where we can all be free to be ourselves, to love with peace, and live happily. All right. So we did have the Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, working through those conflicts, inner and outer, finding your own rhythm, the Knight of Wands, dancing your own rhythm. It's getting back to a place where everything just keeps moving naturally. There's a fairness. Almost like you're wanting to run back, being wild, running wild, running free. Letting go of the heartbreak, not running from love, not running from pain, but working through it, all right? The conflicts. Not always easy, but it's worth it. The stairs to success, the stairs to happiness are all a way you look at the world, how you project your ideas, thoughts, and working with all the different elements to bring shedding a light on things I feel like that were not put into the equation. I feel like this is things that maybe are a little bit more holistic, you know, they're not really, they're almost like out of the rule book. Creating your own. It's almost like you're studying, looking at all the notes, but you're also changing the dynamics, changing the structures and the patterns. It's like changing the molecules. Things don't always work out. Evolution is necessary, and reaching limits that we never thought were possible is all about life. And when you have to leave something behind because it is holding you back, the light is always there. Your light, your source. Making new footsteps, turning the wheel. Fate is on your side. Dance, it's almost like you are able to endure certain situations and look at new ways of formulating things with a little bit of your own added touch. So learning the rules and breaking them. Then things must go wrong before they go right. The whole point is working through the conflict, shedding that old skin, and getting in tune with yourself, that fire, that rhythm, and be that wild stallion. Beautiful to watch. Don't get too close. Almost like untamable. Doing things a little bit out of the way you would do before. It's almost like shaking off that need and going out and having fun. I feel like something is sparking this energy, and it's like you're standing out, your energy, it's uplifting. You're really getting the hang of marching to your own beat. And I really actually think you're enjoying it. Not everything always goes as planned, but sometimes getting a little wild, doing things a little differently is really all that you needed to kick off a whole new melody. Seeing the world differently through your eyes, I feel like it's kickstarting a different approach, the way you're working, the way you are working with the energy. I feel like you're working with the dark and the light, fearless, brave. On to the next discovery, out of sight. All right.